Hi everyone, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie and I go over oily skin, hooded eyes, and beauty. Welcome back to my primer wars. Today is episode 7, and if you missed the previous episodes, I will link them down below for you. To catch you guys up, I will be testing out 10 drugstore primers for your oily skin, and I will be testing them out with my favorite liquid and my favorite loose powder foundation. And of course, I will be doing an all-day wear test. Also, I will be testing out the touch-up process because with oily skin, it can be just a little bit tricky. So let's get into primer number 7, and that's the L'Oreal Infallible Matte Lock Mattifying Primer. This primer primes and perfects while it smooths skin for a better makeup application. Also, it blurs imperfections and stays matte all day. I tested this primer out for 2 days, and day 1 was my first impressions with my favorite liquid foundation. And normally, right now is where I say, let's roll the tape. But when I went to go edit the other day, I found there was no audio for any of the clips that I had recorded. So instead, I will be sharing my experience with you as far as how I liked the primer with my loose powder foundation and my liquid foundation. And I will be showing you the clips of just my face close up. And then you might see my mouth moving in those clips, but you won't be hearing anything because there's no audio. But I will describe to you everything that I felt, and yeah, so let me get into it. So my first impression with this primer is that it's really hydrating and it still mattifies your skin. Like, it doesn't feel like it's just a layer sitting on top of your skin because it does have dimethicone in it. So it is a silicone primer, but it's still hydrating and your skin really soaks it up. So for day 1, I did test the primer out for 8 hours and it really did control my oils. And the foundation stayed on my nose, it stayed on my chin, nothing really came off, nothing creased. When I did go back to touch up just to see what the touch up process was like, it was super simple, just really, really easy. It was really nice. And normally, because it is a silicone primer, I have that worry that my makeup, like my actual foundation, will be kind of like sliding around just because the silicone can be really slippery, but that wasn't the case with this one. Like, my skin really did absorb that primer, and I think it did a really good job with keeping my makeup on. Like, everything stayed on, and you guys know how I am. I'm constantly blowing my nose, and my foundation stayed on my nose, so that was good. So I know not all primers are gonna work well with loose powder foundation, but this one worked so well. It really looked natural and gave me like that dewy, glowy look without even trying. Like, it gave me that look from the start all the way to the end of the day, and I wore it for 8 hours, and my skin wasn't really greasy, and there's nothing really that I had to push back into place when it came to the touch-up process. Like, it looked so good, and it looked so natural. Like, this primer really, really held up so nicely. So far out of this entire series, this primer is one of my favorites. It really does everything that it claims to. It smooths out my skin, it blurs out my imperfections, and it stays matte, except with my loose powder foundation, but it gave me a glowy look without being greasy, without being oily, without disturbing my makeup. Like, it just looked so good, so good. It looked flawless. So let me know down in the comments below, have you tried this primer? Have you tried the Infallible line from L'Oreal? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content because I have 3 more primers to go and I'm so excited. Anyway, also subscribe because you want to see how this primer wars ends. So I'm really looking forward to having conversations with you guys down in the comments below. Thank you so much. Bye.